Anybody that's seen opals realizes the color that's involved in opals. They're the most colorful stone on earth. So they can be every hue, saturation you could possibly think of on earth, and things you couldn't think of. They're so good. I've worked in color most of my professional career. Color manipulation, color correction, color retouching. Opals being so colorful, when the first one that I picked up was every color I could possibly think of, absolutely put me on a path that I knew I was going to be on this journey for the rest of my life. My name is Donovan. I've been cutting and mining Spencer opals for approximately 20 years. I started opal mining just as a whim. I had driven past Spencer many times and saw the sign, America's Opal, America's only opal mine, and I figured on a whim I would just give it a shot. So I went and I paid the fee, went up to the mine, when you can go up to the original mine at Spencer, and the first opal I picked up, I was hooked. I went every holiday weekend when they were open, and I mined and I mined and I mined. And I talked to people on how to cut it, what to do with it. Eventually I got my own equipment. I bought my own equipment, paid cash for it, just spent the money, bought the best equipment you can buy, and just started cutting my own stones. It's very unique, the way the opal formed. It's a volcanic formation, and it's the only place on earth they know that it formed like this. So it forms in very, very thin bands. Most of it has to be cut into what's called a triplet. It's not a traditional way to cut stones. It's a long process. You have to use several different materials, and it just takes a long time to learn how to do it. So the first thing I do when I bring that opal home, I get it down to a manageable size, and then I have several different saws that I use. I have a large saw that takes a long time, and it's for cutting out big pieces, and then I have smaller trim saws down to a little saw this big that I can cut little pieces, that I need to. And then once I cut them the size that I need, I take them on a piece of lapidary equipment. It's called a cabochon machine. So I grind down to the color bars. They form in very, very thin bands. So I grind down to just above the color bar, just into the color bar with a cabochon machine. And then I take it to a flat lap, what's called a flat lap. So it spins like an old record player, if anybody knows what those are still. So it spins like that, and I use that to end up kind of polishing it. It's neat. I find a rock that has color in it and looks like that, and through the magic of machines and ability, I can turn it into something that looks like that from that rock. It's a neat thing. Gaia's artwork. Mother Nature's amazing. She formed it, I just blew the dust off.